Welcome back to my channel. This is Canadian Retro. I've got another pickups video for you here. Some interesting titles in here, but I got a few questions about it, and I'm wondering if you guys could input a little bit on my thinking on these things, because I'm starting to question whether or not I should really be picking up PS2 titles at all. They don't really sell that well. I've got a whole bunch behind me there in my collection already that I really don't really need to be picking up doubles, I don't think. But you let me know what you think. I'm going to see how it goes here. Coming up on the sort of Christmas season, see if I can unload some PS2 doubles and stuff that I have. They just don't seem to really move that quickly, even though they do have value, but they don't move that quickly for some reason. So same thing with like original Xbox, it just doesn't really move that well. So I'm kind of curious what you guys have to say about that anyways, but I'll get down to it just because I was kind of looking at some of the titles I picked up, and although I got them for a good deal, it's just I'm wondering if I should be picking them up at all. So you let me know what you think about that. But first thing I wanted to show you here, and absolutely like probably the most important thing I'm going to show you, is my winnings from SeeJayAre's contest that he just had recently. So he reached like a major milestone, you know, for his channel recently. So he did a little contest there, and I believe the place that I got was 3rd place, which is really cool. What I got from him actually came in this envelope right here, and I'll show you these. And you probably know, like, you watch his channel, so you probably know what the 3rd place prize is, but they did arrive today, so that's pretty cool. What they are is N64 top labels, so you can actually put those on your N64 games and see what they are. You know how they stack horribly, so you don't have a label to actually take a look at. These are like really nice quality too, so that's pretty awesome right there. It also has like a baggie here. I don't know if these are doubles or what. Maybe he can tell me. I'm sure he's going to watch this likely, so he can tell me if those are doubles or what's going on there, but still cool nonetheless. There's like, I think, a full set here for games, so I have to get around to actually putting these on my games, but pretty cool. I really appreciate that, man, and congratulations again for all the great things that are going on with your channel. Moving on from that, I'll show you all the Goodwill finds and things like that I got recently. So I can't even remember what order this actually came in. I think this was the first thing. Yeah, actually was. So I walked into a Goodwill the other day, and I missed out on a really good score. I'm not bummed about it because it was absolutely going to a person that I know that I've done trades with or bought things off of in the past, and he's a great person, so I didn't feel bad about it at all. And he actually set me up with a game, which was really nice of him to do too. So I went into the Goodwill basically, and I was going over to the areas that I normally check, and there I saw Jukuman, and he was going through some games, and he had this one in his hand, and he handed it to me. It's The Legend of Dragoon, which is really cool because I didn't have this in my collection. And when he saw me, he just handed it directly to me, and he said, I was going to set this aside for you or something. And I was like, that's pretty cool. So he hooked me up with that. It was half price on this day, so this was a pretty good deal here. And the only thing with this is it is missing disc 2. So if somebody has a disc 2 that can go in this would be really great. The discs on them, they're in decent shape. I'm sure they'll play and everything, they're just not in the world's greatest shape, so they'll be an upgrade in the future for me, but this is something that I was looking forward to getting into my collection, and you know, at least I can play disc 1 for now, and I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do around disc 2, but still cool nonetheless to get that. And that one there was half price at $10, so $5. Kind of weird, because they put clear tags on sale. This was not there a couple days before, so it's kind of weird that this game sort of just came out and then all of a sudden it was in there. And while I was picking up this game, Jukuman was going in and getting a Super Nintendo score, which I totally missed out on. But again, I am not bitter about that at all. obviously it's kind of a bummer to me I didn't get it, but at the same time I know it's going to a good person, so I have no like gripes about that or whatever. But this is something that was overlooked in the case, I think, by him, or he's just not interested in PS2 titles. But I am, for like, to some degree, and this is a double for me, but I thought I'd pick it up anyways. And it's Champions of Norath for the PS2, and it's fully complete, which is really nice. The disc on this one is, if I can actually get this out of the case, there you go, is like absolutely 100% mint. So it's a really beautiful shape, this whole thing, which is really nice. And for that there I paid $3, so I couldn't turn that one down. That's a pretty sweet deal. Moving on from there, on another day, I went around to all the other thrift shops. It's been kind of dry out there lately, to tell you the honest truth. Not really finding a whole lot, and I'm doing, like, every day I'm hitting up the shops, and I'm really finding, like, you know, 1 or 2 items like on a daily basis, maybe at some of the shops, and nothing that I really need for my collection right now, except for one thing that's super awesome. I'm going to show it to you right now. This is a pack of Skylanders Giants, and the cool thing about this is it has in it the one character that I needed for my collection, and I just never found a good deal on or whatever. Couldn't find them in the stores, and to get them online it would basically cost what I paid for this whole thing. So it's this one right here, but I'll show you him. It's Zook, which is on the end here. He's somewhat uncommon, I think. I'm not totally certain about that. I don't know how he could be uncommon if he's in a 3-pack, but for some reason people think he's rare or uncommon, and I could not find him for the life of me when I was searching for Giants. And so he actually completes my Giants collection, so I'm super pumped about that. So I'll have to open this up. It's actually in pretty rough shape. Like, I found this in a thrift shop, so it's like this, and it's already partially like ripped off of the cardboard and everything. But I don't care, because I'm going to open that up anyways. And these 2 characters here I already have, so I'll probably end up selling those 2 guys off, and hopefully just recouping the $8 that I spent on this. But pretty cool nonetheless to pick up this pack for $8. And the funny thing is, though, when I was looking at it, I couldn't remember if Zook was the one that I was missing. I just kind of took a shot on it. I was like, I think he's the one that I'm missing, just because I have so many Skylanders. It's unbelievable. I'm like, I think he's the one that I'm missing. And when I got home, I double checked, and I was right to pick this up, because if I left it behind, then I would have missed out. But there you go right there. So a Skylanders Giants pack for $8. Can't beat it. Moving on from that, I walked into the same Goodwill. Actually, all of those things that I've shown you thus far came from the same Goodwill, and in fact, even the last thing is as well coming from the Goodwill. So this was today. I walked in, and I decided to pick out this title, Sega Genesis Collection for PlayStation 2. This here was $4, which I think this game's definitely worth $4. I don't know if it goes for much more than that, but that's tons of fun. I'm pretty sure I have this in my collection already. The disc is in pretty decent shape, actually. It's quite nice. So if I have this already, I will trade that off. But it has some really awesome games in it for sure. It's got Kid Chameleon, there's Phantasy Star 2, 3, and 4 in there. So Vector Man 1 and 2, there's Bonanza Brothers, Alex Kidd and the Enchanted Cat. Like, there's just Golden Axe, there's just tons of cool games in there. So 28 games on this disc. Comic Zone, one of my favorites for sure, and like just tons of cool ones like Sonic and everything. So really awesome find right there, I think, for $4. If you don't have this in your collection, you probably should get it. I don't know if they made this for other systems. They probably did. I'm sure it's cross-platform, but still cool nonetheless. Moving on, some game that I just cannot turn down for some reason. Every time I see it, I always end up picking it up. I don't know if other people are going to want this. If you're interested in it, let me know, because I already have this in my collection. It's Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, probably one of the best titles on the original Xbox. Unfortunately, everybody bought it, so it's not, you know, uber valuable or anything like that. But what I always like about these is, for some reason, there's always the poster in the map in here, so that's cool. Whenever I find it, it always seems to have that. I know probably a lot of people have a problem where it isn't, but I always seem to find it with the map and everything in there. So that's cool. This disc here, it's seen better days, but it's not too bad, I guess. I'm sure I can clean it up a little bit and it should be fine. There's no major scratches or anything like that on it. So that there I paid $4 for. So really wicked find, I think, right there. Grand Theft Auto San Andreas for that kind of price. Moving on from there, at the same time, there's just like tons of little stickers and stuff on these. I also found another game which I already have in my collection, so this one's definitely going to be up for trade, but I know people love this title, so it's not the valuable one necessarily. The second one is more valuable, but it's still a cool game, and it's Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance. And that one there's fully complete as well, which is really awesome. The disc on this one is, there is a pretty sizable scratch on one of the discs here, so I'll have to see if that actually prevents it from playing. I don't know if you can see it there, but it just kind of blends in. But there's kind of a scratch on there, so hopefully that won't prevent anything from working out too well. The manual's in good shape though, so for $4 I thought I'd take a risk on it and pick that one up. So pretty cool find, I think, right there. But like I'm saying, those PS2 titles are having a hard time moving them, so I don't really know if I should be picking those up. You let me know. Moving on from there, I actually did a, oh no, sorry, at the same time, totally forgot about this. This is one of the cooler things that I found. The price is not that great, but still pretty neat nonetheless. I found a, unplug it for a second here, a Wii system. It is missing its GameCube expansion thing, but the cool thing was it had 2 GameCube memory cards in it. So that's awesome. No disc, unfortunately, inside it or anything like that, or SD card or that kind of thing, but still pretty cool. I paid $35, but I'll show you all the stuff that it came with. Probably makes it worth it, I think. It came with the power supply, you know, obviously, and everything's kind of entangled here with each other, but it came with the AV cord as well. And also 2 nunchucks which have these protectors on them, which is kind of interesting. I think they're just like Mad Cats or something like that, but you know, hopefully that protected the actual nunchucks from any damage or something like that, so I can take those off, and hopefully those are pretty good underneath. Everything here is pretty dirty though. I'm gonna have to spend some time cleaning this up because everything on it is fairly gross, but I'm always looking for the nunchucks and stuff like that to sell systems. Came with 2 Wii remotes which both light up, so I know they work. I did test them already. They don't have batteries in them right now, so I can't really do much about that, but it does have a Wii Motion Plus sensor on there, so that's pretty cool. Right there, and also came with a copy of Wii Sports. Disc is, you know, decent, nothing great. It's kind of like the shape of everything else here, sort of a little bit beat up, but the system I think is mostly just like dirty, so I'll be able to clean everything up. And for $35 to get all that stuff, especially these 2 GameCube memory cards, because you know, those are pretty sought after. I think getting memory cards for that system is kind of nice. So $35 for the whole thing. I'll probably just end up flipping it or something like that, and you know, making my money back basically and keeping the memory cards for the most part. But that's everything that I found at the thrift shops. But I did have actually one more find, which I think is kind of interesting. Nothing too fancy here, and nothing really I'm adding into my collection, but it'll end up being trade fodder or something like that. Now, it was a very interesting evening because I actually had a hockey game tonight, and what I did was, before my hockey game, I actually did 2 deals on my way to hockey. So I stopped off at someone's house and I picked up some games. $10 I paid for 5 PlayStation 2 games, so I thought that was a pretty good deal. And then when I got to the rink, I did a trade, or I sold something to somebody right there, which they paid me $12 for. So basically, I walked away with $2 and a stack full of games, trading off just like 1 game. So this is what I got when I went to the house. There's an ad actually for a whole bunch of different games. There's probably like 20 games there, and I just sort of pick and choose the ones that I wanted because there was really a lot of filler in there. I didn't want all the sports, although I'd pick out 1 sports title. I just didn't really want the bulk of it. Really good deal though. Hopefully somebody jumped on them that didn't have those titles in their collections already, because personally I wanted $2 a game, which all of these are definitely worth more than $2 a game. Nothing fancy though. First one here is Grand Theft Auto 3. and that's complete, although the manual has like a piece of tape holding it together. These discs, I already checked them, they're not in the world's greatest shape. They're not horrible, but they're not perfect, that's for sure. But again, this is just basically trading fodder for me. I'm not going to actually add these ones into my collection. Moving on, Grand Theft Auto Vice City. It's a very Grand Theft Auto-y day, actually, with a lot of these pickups. But there you go right there. This one, the case is a little bit cracked up too. Not in the world's greatest shape. Again, disc isn't perfect or anything like that. It's definitely, hopefully playable kind of idea, but I didn't really know the disc condition. For $2, I figured, hey, why not? I'll take a shot on it and see how it goes. And then Grand Theft Auto San Andreas again. So, like I said, very Grand Theft Auto-y day. Hey, look, we've got codes in here for everything. So, you know, there's that. But there it is right there. And disc condition on this one is, if I can actually get it out of the case, having a hard time with that tonight. It's in pretty good shape. Definitely needs to be cleaned. There's like something down here that is obviously like some sort of dirt or something. Whoever had these definitely did not take very good care of them, but you know, for $2, pretty cool find right there. Another awesome game, but unfortunately not that valuable, is Resident Evil 4 on PlayStation 2. Greatest Hits Edition. It's totally complete though. Interestingly enough, the manual doesn't say greatest hits on it. I thought that this would, but I guess it doesn't, so that's pretty cool. I think mine might actually be a greatest hits copy, so I'm going to be able to upgrade my manual at least. This one here, fairly scratched up like the other one. There's like dirt and stuff on it too, so I'm going to have to clean that off. I didn't really know the disc conditions. I might not have gone on these if I had known that ahead of time. Probably should have done my research a little bit better, but again, $2 for that. Pretty cool deal. And then finally, a game which is kind of interesting because it just seems to have some value. I think it's just basically because it's not an EA sports title, it's a Midway sports title, and it's NHL Hits 2003. I always seem to pick up these NHL Hits games. I have quite a few of them. I already have this one in my collection, but again, just for trade. This is the only one that does not have a manual with it, but that's not a big deal. It's a hockey game. If you don't know how to play hockey, then probably shouldn't be playing the game. But like the other ones, pretty rough shape the disc is in, but I'm sure it'll play and everything like that. So not a bad deal, I don't think. I kind of wish that the condition of things was a little bit better, but you know, those 5 games for $10, pretty cool deal all around. That's everything that I got this time around, so hope you enjoyed that. Thanks again for watching. If you haven't subscribed yet, please do. Feel free to thumbs up this video, comment down below, and I will see you all later.